Design thinking is a subject of quite good interest. The interest is growing because of its varied applications in different fields, from computer science to business, planning, that could be planning a house, planning a new venture, planning a software, any project which somebody does needs to be highly innovative, highly creative, competitive, easy to use, reduce the inconvenience. And when I explain all this in my workshops on design thinking, even when I was teaching how a e-learning, e-content has to be developed for teaching in classrooms, a multimedia classroom. One of the best example which comes to my mind is the old floppy which was in use, 3.5-inch floppy which used to come when I was working in space department as a scientist. We were thrilled when we saw a 5/4 floppy, which was really a floppy, which was replaced by a 3.5-inch floppy, which was not that floppy, which was rigid. And we used to insert it on the hard disk without even see. And it always used to go without any problem. Why and how? That's what I'm going to explain as an example. So as a design model, I take this as an example. Every circle can be encompassed in a square. And you know all the magnetic tapes which are used for storing data is in a circular disk. And that is encompassed perfectly in a square. But this is the place where it is being used for reading. When you enter inside the disk, it can be read. The bottom of that you have got a reader, and this is how it has to be on top. You have to insert inside the cabin. So when you insert, any square can insert in 8 different ways. Like this, reverse it, all the 4 sides, reverse it and 4 sides, so 8. 7 mistakes and only 1 right opportunity for you to enter it without any mistakes. Only 1 and 7 mistakes out of 8 possible entry into the disk when it is a square. So what the designer has done is just elongated it slightly, and this elongation stops insertion of the floppy in the cabin. 4 reductions are given straight away because you can't insert sideways. So therefore, out of 8, 3 mistakes are possible. Just by elongating it from the square to a rectangle, 4 mistakes are reduced. That's what is the concept of design which one has to use. And then he was not happy just by elongating it from a square to a rectangle. What he did was, he just cut the corner. Check this end where the corner is just cut. By cutting the corner inside the cabin, the insertion, there is a small knob which is kept. Unless you insert it, the knob cannot be opened. Therefore, this reduces the error-free insertion of a 3.5-inch floppy disk into the cabin. This is how design principles have to be understood. When somebody has to make anything good, new, you must know how to use it. One another example which I used to give, this is the picture of a door where you have got a horizontal handle and a vertical handle. A horizontal one to push and a vertical one to pull. If you try to pull, it's not that convenient. Therefore, when you design a door handle, a design principle has to be used. So we have taken two examples, one which can be used by a civil engineer, another which can be used by a computer engineer, or which were used by computer engineers, and traditional Bharatiya Shastra Vastu principle which explains how the handle has to be fixed on a door which makes the user convenient. These are the design principles, design used wherein we have used design thinking. That's all for today. Thank you.